You're watching TVC News at 10, reaching you live from our headquarters here in Lagos. We begin from the nation's capital, where President Bola Tinubu has approved the provision of buses to students of tertiary institutions across the country to ease the burden of full subsidy removal. In a statewide broadcast by the president, it says the buses will be given to students' bodies of all universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akonde reports.
It is important that you understand the reasons.
The nationwide broadcast by President Tinubu is appealing to the hearts and conscience of Nigerians as the federal government continues with the implementation of tough decisions that will turn around the economy of the country in the long run. The president painstakingly explained the removal of fuel subsidy and why Nigerians should trust the process that has so far saved more than 1 trillion naira for the country within 2 months.
In a little over 2 months, we have saved over 1 trillion naira that would have been squandered on the unproductive fuel subsidy, which only benefited smugglers and fraudsters. That money will now be used more directly and more beneficially for you and your families.
The removal of fuel subsidy has caused significant disruptions in different aspects of national life, but President Tinubu has now announced the introduction of deliberate measures that will have far-reaching impact in the short term. Most important is the injection of funds into the economy to help small and medium-scale enterprises, and his administration also intends to stimulate the growth in the manufacturing sector.
Our administration recognizes the importance of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises and the informal sector as the drivers of growth. We are going to energize this important sector with 125 billion. Out of the sum, we will spend 50 billion conditional grant to 1 million nano businesses between now and March 24.
There is, however, cheering news for public servants, as the president promised that an upward review of the national minimum wage is imminent.
We are also working in a collaboration with the labor unions to introduce a new national minimum wage for workers. I want to tell you, our workers, that your salary review is coming.
As the days begin to count, Nigerians also hope that the implementation of these programs of government begin to have real impacts on their lives and livelihood. Femi Akonde, TVC News.
Now let's get back to President Tinubu's speech. Economist Ayo Teriba joins me on the news at 10. Government is giving 75 manufacturing enterprises 1 billion naira credit each at 9% interest per annum, with maximum of 60 months repayment for long-term loans. The president says the idea is to increase the sector's capacity in order to expand and create good-paying jobs. What do you make of this plan? We'll get back to Mr. Teriba in the course of this bulletin. Mr. Teriba, if you can hear me, what do you make of government's plan of spending 75 billion naira to boost the manufacturing industry as a way of creating more jobs?
Well, good evening. Well, thank you very much, for the open to contribute. You will agree with me that the nation groans under the, hardship imposed by the removal of subsidy and the unification of the foreign exchange, and the manufacturing sector, like every other segment of the economy, are in need of relief. So it is commendable that the president is responsive, to that need, that he's providing relief for the manufacturing sector, not just the manufacturing sector, but a very wide-ranging, sectors that are, suffering the pain of deregulation or subsidy removal, as we might call it, in a nutshell.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Teriba. I'm just wondering how much of a short-term solution this will be, particularly when you consider the amount of money that government is also given to MSME, 75 billion naira, and we understand that each enterprise promoter can get as much as ₦1 million loan at 9% interest rate.
Well, it's not a gift, mind you. It's a loan to businesses. And if businesses invest that loan, it's going to stimulate employment, it's going to stimulate output, it's going to stimulate for Nigerians beyond the loan that they took. So there will be disbursement of these loans to target it carefully to serious entrepreneurs who, so I do not think there's any question about the sensibility of providing support for manufacturing or for SMEs.
Do you expect the economy to respond swiftly, particularly the body language of government and how much money it's willing to pump into the economy? How do you expect the economy to respond in the coming days?
This is coming out in the form of loans or the form of investment, in transportation, in agriculture, and the rest of it. Their money is well spent, and I would expect that it will have positive multiplier effects. They are not, some are short term, within a year, some medium term, up to 5 years. What the country needs in the wake of the unification of the exchange rate are short-term relief, because we'd expect that government will now move beyond correcting distortions to now address fundamental issues about the fiscal policy, about monetary policy. The debt, waiting to be issued, 33 trillion, we were told,
Indeed,
on top of the 49 trillion that exist. So this is just for government to buy some time and bring relief to short-term hardships. By the time by December or so, we should have some more clarity about the directions of the macroeconomic fundamentals. The budget, government should soon be talking about budget 2024 within the next 3 months, and should be talking about how to correct many of the problems in the monetary policy sector. So I believe that this is short-term relief, that more far-reaching economic interventions are coming, especially
absolutely. Trust me, many Nigerians are counting on that short-term relief you talked about. Economist Teriba, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us on the news tonight.